Hello guys, welcome to another video, and today is something different. I've been making loads of videos on players that have been linked with Arsenal, but today I feel like I just want to go with my dream Arsenal transfer window. It may not be the most realistic in the world, but I've looked at these players and I feel like these are the profiles we're missing, and it would really help if we did sign these sort of players, whether it's now or whether it's in future transfer windows. But before I begin, guys, as always, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn on those notifications. It will be much appreciated. So without further ado, let's begin. And we're going to start off big with the first player I would be really interested in getting. I've talked about Marcus Rashford. It was a close one between him, but I went for Rafael Leao. I'm a massive fan of this guy. He does really give me, quality player vibes, and I think it's an area where we need to improve. We've got Bukayo Saka on the right, but on the left it feels like, I don't know, Martinelli just doesn't quite feel like a winger. I feel like as well with Trossard, he doesn't really keep the width like Arteta wants his wingers to do. So we need somebody on that side with a lot of pace, trickery and skill, and who is able to manufacture chances on their own and doesn't need someone to hold their hand, because Rafael Leao has got so much quality that he doesn't need overlaps, underlaps, or any sort of support in and around him. He can really operate with minimal, players about and around him. So that's why I want him. You need those players who can turn a game on its head or create something out of nothing. We lack a lot of players who can do that. We've got Odegaard, we've got Saka, but that's about it. Obviously, if we get a nice midfielder in, who I'm going to talk about in this video, that would also help. But I think Rafael Leao is kind of the perfect winger for me. And well, if we look at the price, 80 million, 90 million, he has a release clause of 120 odd million. I think that's the sort of money you can spend on him, because this guy is absolutely incredible. And I'm just a big fan of these sort of wingers, trickery, quick, the unexpected. And I just hope he would come to Arsenal. I feel like he would be interested. He can really come and create a legacy for himself. Let's look at the stats of Rafael Leao. If we look at last season, the season that's just gone, it wasn't his best season, but it was still really productive, He got 9 goals and 9 assists in Serie A in 34 games. And in the Europa League, 3 goals, 3 assists in 6 games. That's really, really good stats. And 2 goals in the Coppa Italia as well, and 1 goal in the UEFA Champions League. So you can see that the quality is there. You want to see how players perform if they're not having their best seasons. And Rafael Leao is performing to a very, very high level, even if he's having a slightly off season or had a slightly off season. But yeah, let me know, Gunners, if you had to bring in a winger, who would your perfect winger be? Mine is Rafael Leao. I'd really splash the cash on someone like him. Who would yours be? Would it be someone like Doué, who's really good? I've talked about him before. Would it be somebody like Nico Williams? Would it be Marcus Rashford? I don't know. Who would you bring in? But anyway, enough about Rafael Leao. Let's move on to the next player. And this one may be a bit of surprise, because I'm going to go and talk about Alejandro Balde from Barcelona. And you guys may be thinking, what on earth are you on? But if we look at it, he hasn't played a lot of minutes. He doesn't seem to be in favour at Barcelona. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, Xavi has left or is leaving, and it's going to be Hansi Flick to come in. But now I think is the time to capitalise. He's a top quality fullback. He can also play on the wing. And I think that's another thing. We saw Saka transition from left back to right wing. Balde can do that as well. But it's about having multiple profiles in the squad. And I feel like we missed someone like Balde, who has the quality to overlap, underlap, and always has a brilliant final third delivery, as well as quality defensive skills. He's quick. These sort of players, we don't have them enough. Ben White is good at overlapping and underlapping, and he can come inside. But Balde is a completely different beast. He's still young. I think he's 19, 20, 21, around that age. So you've got so much potential with him. And I feel like Arteta can really work his magic with him. And he'll be able to create something different on that left. If we have him, Leao, and obviously a midfielder as well, that would make a really strong left side. I think it's time we really improve that left side of the pitch. If we're going off transfer market, he would cost around 40 million. I think it's worth it. That sort of player, you can really spend 40 million on, and you can be sure to make that either double or even triple by the time he's done with you at your club. So yeah, I know we've been interested in someone like Hato, we've looked at Diamonde, but I feel like those players are quite similar to the players we already have in our squad. We've got someone that can invert like Zinchenko, and Timber can play left back and invert and also be really good defensively. I think we've got enough of that. Let's bring in someone who can overlap and provide that final third quality on that left side of the pitch. We have, of course, like I've said, Ben White, who can do that on the right. So why not get Balde, who can do it on the left? Let me know, Gunners, what do you think about this? I do really think it is possible, if we were really to put our interest in, and Barcelona have a lot of financial issues. They need to sell players, so I would definitely go for Balde. To be honest, I feel like I would test the waters and see what you can do. Now let's move on to the next player, and of course I think you guys know about who I'm going to talk about, and that is Bruno Guimaraes. It could have been anyone really, but I think we need that player with Premier League experience already. I know Frankie de Jong is on a lot of you guys' lips, but I think if we went for Balde, Barcelona wouldn't let another one of their players come in and come to our club. So Bruno Guimaraes for me got brilliant stats. I mean, in the Champions League, one of the best in terms of pressures, in terms of tackles. You need that in Arteta's side. You need somebody who has the final third quality and technical ability, but also the ability to be really good defensively. And I feel like him and Declan Rice could really form a solid partnership with Odegaard to the right of them. And what's really impressive about Guimaraes is he's press resistant. So when the ball comes into him, you can be really assured that he'll keep it or either play it into one of our players. And that's what we need. Our build-up is key to the way we go into the final third. So I think Bruno Guimaraes on that left 8 role would be really perfect to allow Declan Rice to go into the 6. And yeah, I don't see any qualms with this sort of deal. And I think it will cost around 80 million. Newcastle know they need to sell him or Isak because they have serious issues with PSR. The reliable team news on Twitter did say that Guimaraes is interested in coming to Arsenal if a deal was to be agreed. So there's that, I feel like this is a sort of deal that would suit all parties for around that 80 million. Of course, Man City will be interested, but I feel like our project is definitely a lot more lucrative to someone like Guimaraes. He can come straight into the side and be really key for us. But what do you think, guys? Is Bruno Guimaraes the player you would want or not? Just let me know in the comments. But for me, I feel like he's the perfect left 8. Prem experience, brilliant on the ball, and yeah, lack of injuries, always available as well, has that experience in those big games too. So really for me, Bruno Guimaraes would definitely be one of the players in my dream signings. Last on my list, obviously we need somebody to replace Ramsdale. That's set in stone. I've talked about a midfielder in Bruno Guimaraes. I've talked about an attacking player in Rafael Leao. I don't think we will need a striker. I would really persist with Kai Havertz up front. And I've talked about a fullback in Alejandro Balde. Of course, I would like to talk about more players, but I'm trying to keep it semi-realistic with the sort of, signings that will come in and improve the current 11. I feel like Onanas, those extra players who can come in and make the squad stronger. I'm not going to talk about them today. I'm just going to talk about these dream signings who will really improve on our first team. And of course, another goalkeeper here who I definitely feel like he'll come in and he'll be better than Raya, actually. I feel like, if you watch him, he's a quality goalkeeper. You need that competition in the goalkeeper area. And the player I'm on about is Álvaro Valles. Would cost around 15 to 20 million. I'm really impressed with this guy. He can almost play as a third centre-back in the build-up. With Saliba and Gabriel, we know how key a goalkeeper is to our build-up. He's really mastered how to do that in La Liga. Very good at sweeping. He knows when he can play high up, when he can drop back. And, he's just got so much composure under pressure and is used to playing the Arteta brand of football. And I feel like when you get those players in who already know what type of philosophy you want to play, it can really help with the process. He's a more than adequate shot stopper too in La Liga, finishing the season with 6.5 goals prevented based on XG, which is the third highest. And of course, his age is really good. At 26 years old, he'll have 1 year left on his contract in June. And he won't require a crazy fee. So to be honest, I don't see anything wrong with signing somebody like Álvaro Valles. I feel like he would be really key. So all in all, I would really add him into, a player. I said players that can improve the lineup. I think he can. I think he can be better than Raya already. Raya's really good. He's also brilliant with claiming crosses into the box too. But this is a dream window. Don't start attacking me saying you already want to place Raya, you won the Golden Glove, blah. No, it's not about that today. It's about players I think will come in and improve our current 11 based on my perfect transfer window. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn on those notifications will really help me out. And comment what your thoughts are on my perfect transfer window. Let's just ditch the realistic part. I do think it is realistic what I've said about these players, but just tell me, are these the profiles we need to improve our current squad? But anyway, peace. See you guys next time.